And one thing I forgot to mention on the spring, there is a right side up. On the iBox springs, they have writing on them. Make sure you can read the writing normal. So we're going to put our cap on, make sure that it's completely against the stops. We got our little nub here on the bottom. It lines up to the inside. And we can just barely cradle, and she's back in place. Alright, and on these iBox shocks, you have to collapse them to get the clearance you need, but that's fortunate because they don't have a lot of rebound in them like the factory ones, and it will go right back up inside.
And that doesn't matter as far as the sticker? Shouldn't.
Huh? Well, the shock does have a top and a bottom, and it's...
No, I meant inside, outside. But
not that I'm aware of. Although, I'm sure if it's wrong, somebody will definitely chime in and let us know.
Bolt, other side. Here you go.
Hot.
Push down.
Well, I have to tilt the shock.
Now back your way.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright. So we've managed to survive not letting our springs fall out. We've got the new springs and shocks in. Now the trick is to start lifting the cradle back up into place. Little at a time, watching both sides, making sure until we get it to a point where we can start our bolts. We do one final check to ensure that everything's lined up before we tighten our bolts. We just tighten them real slow. So, here we go. And in this case, if you're on the ground, you'd be doing this with a floor jack, which would be much easier actually. How are we looking? Hard for me to see.
You look good over here.
Stop occasionally. Check your alignment, because it will articulate some. In this case, it needs to come forward and this side. I think we're looking pretty good. Yes? Alright, we're close enough. And the long one goes in the rear. Short one goes in the front. And if nothing egregious happened, they should screw right back up in. Okay. Shocks are looking good. Springs are in place. They didn't shift. Our brake line is going to fall right back into place where it belongs. I even hooked it there, so I know it's good there. Check the other side. Just come forward. There we go. That's hooked back into place. All our clearances are good. As we draw that up, it should. Now that I've got the bolts in, act as alignment pins. I'm going to lift it up some more. Alright, I'm starting to lift the car, which means I'm good enough. Nice and easy on these bolts. Don't have to These are torqued at 135 foot-pounds is what the research indicated. So we'll torque those once we get everything all put back together. Alright, so now cradle's back in place, and it's now just a case of reverse, putting everything back together in reverse. We're going to go ahead and get our shock bolts back in. Bottom shock bolt, Swaybar attachment, brake line, upper shock bolts, cradle bolt. We are good. That, as they say, is that. You now have spring shocks and Swaybar. You're in good shape.